Life is very complex, and it takes a lifetime to master, but who said you can't be a pro at it in the meantime? I've taken the liberty and gathered the best advice from the coolest people I know, so here you go.
Never give up on your boyfriend.
No price is too high to obtain cheese.
Never play leapfrog with a unicorn.
Never go against the Sicilians when death is on the line.
Don't stop until you catch them all.
Whatever you end up doing in life, like no matter what it is, as long as you're happy doing it, then just go for it. Don't give up until you do it.
Listen, people will try to put their limitations on you once they hear what you want to do. No, you're the only person that's going to set the limitations on yourself.
Before you get into a relationship, make sure that's what you really want. And don't do it because other people, like parents or friends, are kind of getting you, to be in that relationship. You got to make sure that that's what you want.
Be creative, be original, be weird.
Be responsible. Yeah, I know that trip to Florida sounds really cool. Don't do it. Don't do it yet. Do you have the cash to do it? If you've got the cash to do it, go for it. Do it. But if you don't put it on a credit card. Just wait.
Life advice. Find something you're passionate about and pursue it. Life is too short to be doing something that someone else wants you to do.
I agree. My life advice would be to eat a lot of food and don't go to the gym because that makes you happier in life.
Negativity has a way of making itself seem a lot larger a deal than it actually is. What you must do, because it's so easy to focus on the negative point of any situation, what you've got to do is you've got to remember all the positive things that are surrounding it that don't make themselves very visible or very obvious, but draw them out and make sure that you focus on them, because there's very rarely a situation that's all bad. And once you identify the good bits, you can just like push the negative bits aside and focus on them and build it into something that's really nice.
In life, you have to go after your dream, because if you don't, you will fall horribly. That's actually the truth.
I think you should eat relatively healthy and pet dogs often.
My life advice to you is whatever interests you right now, whatever you want to do it now, because tomorrow's already too late. If you're a young filmmaker, start learning as much as you can, start shooting as much as you can. If you want to be a librarian, start reading books, start organizing books, do whatever you can right now and start it. Don't let a moment pass, don't talk yourself out of it. Just keep going and you'll get there wherever you want if you don't quit. So don't ever quit, keep doing it.
Do what you love. Don't take a 9 to 5 unless you love it. Drink water between alcoholic beverages. And make sure to live someplace where it rains a couple of times a month.
Don't rush your life. Like, take your time deciding what you want to do with yourself. Like, there's a lot of pressure on teenagers to decide what they want to be by the time they're 18. And I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I didn't figure it out until after I had a kid. And then I was like, oh, okay, like life is so much more than what I thought it was, and I want to make a difference in the world, you know. It's not necessarily how much money you make, it's how what you do affects other people. And you don't necessarily need a college degree for that, or you might to do what you want to do, but don't feel rushed. Take your time deciding what you want to do, because you never know how it's going to turn out.
I think the key to life is to find something that you love that you can do and lift other people up while you are doing it. Because if you find that perfect balance, then you can work and you can do what you do, and it's not like work and it's fulfilling.
2 bits of life advice. Advice 1 is learn from other people's mistakes. Like, you don't always have to make your own. Just like witness other people's failures, especially creatively, and then don't do what they did. And the other thing is that accept that whatever you want to do, you suck at it, and you're going to suck for a really long time, but you don't get good until you are bad. So just embrace being bad, and you'll probably be happier. Like, don't be surprised when you're terrible. Everyone starts terrible. I'm still terrible, and it takes a while to get there.
Figure out what you like to do the most, and figure out how you can use it to help other people.
Always keep your priorities in order. Focus on what you think is most important. You decide for yourself what's most important, and then you pursue that. Don't let everything come before you. Make what you want most, think that is your priority.
Life is a full-time job. You need to clock in the morning and clock out at night to relax.
Always remember to get pictures of the really, really exciting times in your life, but then once you got in the picture, don't forget to live the moment as well.
If you ever meet a girl named Karishma Patel, tell her that Casey is not amused. you ever see a beanbag, you must sing it.
To give you one bit of life advice, you need to have a lot of diversity in what you're learning throughout high school, college, etc. Don't just follow the track for the course of education you choose to do, but try to get a little bit of business in there. Try to get a little bit of like cooking, sewing, everything. Like just try to be diverse in what you know how to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up using all those skills throughout your life.
Douglas Adams wrote that you'll need to know the difference between a Friday and a fried egg. And I think that's probably one of the most important distinctions that you can, as a person, internalize. Also, a blizzard and a lizard, depending on where you are, you can kind of tell by context. So that's really important too.
I'd say don't take no for an answer. Don't look directly at the sun and disobey your parents.
Drink all the tea.
Yeah, that's been pretty good.
Promote what you love instead of bashing what you hate, because then you're spreading love around and you seem like a more positive person.
My life advice is to not listen to anyone else's life advice. It might sound a little harsh at first, but what worked for some people doesn't work for some other people. So listen to every single piece of advice that you can get, and then determine your path from there.
Just as the words of Joe Penna, make sure you take this advice and shape it as your own, because not one piece of advice works for everyone. Let's high five out.